Hello there. I had said in my last video that I would have a bunch of bottles for sale. So, that's what this video is. Time to sell them off. I'm moving away in a few months, so I need to cut down on things I don't use to save space for when I move, so I don't have as much stuff. I'll already have enough. So, I have a good smattering of things here, both designer and niche. Some have boxes, some don't. I also have a bag of samples, some of which will be for sale, some of which I will be giving away. So, let's get into it. Start with the niche. The first one is New Haarlem Bond. This is a 100 milliliter bottle. As you can see, it's about a quarter full. It's about 25 milliliters in there. This does not have a box. It does have the cap. This one I'm selling for $55. That's that. These prices, by the way, the prices I'm quoting here do not include shipping, because for a lot of these I would really like to sell them in bulk and combine shipping costs on them to bring it down. So with that in mind, it would be too difficult to just quote prices with shipping and then end up combining them and lower the price. So the prices do not include shipping. And I will, of course, if you buy multiple bottles, which is most optimal, I will combine the shipping costs so that that comes down as low as possible. So, moving along. Popular one, Bois d'Argent from Dior. This is a 250 milliliter bottle right here. So it looks like there's not a lot of juice in there, but there is a lot. I took 50 milliliters from the split and haven't used it very often, so there's a little bit below 50 milliliters in there, pretty damn close to it. So don't be thrown off by the fact that it doesn't look like there's a lot in here. This is a 250 milliliter bottle. So there's roughly maybe 48 or 49 milliliters in there. Sell this for $60. This does come with the box, the little white cylindrical box that comes with it. Obviously has the cap. $60 for that guy. Next one is Montale. I said I wasn't going to sell any from my top 5 brands, but this one really, I don't use it very often. It's cold weather juice. I'm moving to a warm weather climate. Probably not going to get as much use out of it. So this is Aoud, Cuir de however the hell you pronounce that. This is a 100 milliliter bottle. I did measure it out with Montales. You can't really see in there at all. And the bottles themselves, like this is a 100 milliliter bottle, but the actual, if you bought a Montale, when you get them brand new, they're not full. This bottle holds a lot more than 100 milliliters, but I did measure it out in a measuring cup. There's a hair below 30 milliliters in here, so we'll say 28, 29 milliliters of juice in here. This does have the box, so that one I will sell for $45. So that, yeah. And when you get this, don't be surprised that it's very light. That's the way Montales are. They do not fill them to the top. I was questioning it myself the first time I bought a Montale and realized, gee, this is rather light, and it's only full to about right there. What the hell? But I measured it out. They fill it correctly, but for some reason their bottles are much larger than 100 milliliters. Probably more like 175 or closer to 200. But about 30 milliliters in here, just a little bit below that. Sell it for 45. Move along to the designers. These are the little cheapies. Make it a little bit easier. This is CKB. This is a 50 milliliter bottle. It's roughly about 90% full. $18 for this guy. This one, a little bit lesser known designer. This is Loud from Tommy Hilfiger. This is actually a good scent. I just don't wear it that much anymore. I used to wear it more, as you can see. I did get some good use out of it. But a nice scent. Don't be turned off by the Tommy Hilfiger name. I know he's released some subpar juice, but this was actually a pretty good one from his line. This is a 75 milliliter, yes, 75 milliliter bottle. No box for the CKB either. In fact, I think, yes, all of these designers do not have boxes. none of them do. They all have caps and everything. 75 milliliter bottle. This is roughly about 85% full. It's kind of an odd circular shape, so it looks like there's less in there, but it's about 85 milliliter, 85%. 28 bucks for this guy. Oh, this bottle, I've been trying to sell this for a long time. The damn Polo Blue. This is good juice. I just don't wear it. This is a 75 milliliter bottle. Half full, right there. Smack dab in the middle. 15 bucks for this guy. Cap and everything. Quality juice. Next one is Iceman from Thierry Mugler. One of his lesser known ones. An interesting summer fragrance. I like it a lot better than his the Amen Sun Essence. That one's crap. This is a good alternative for summer juice. Also a really nice bottle, the way the star is carved into the side there. If you're a patchouli fan, you'll definitely like this. It's pretty good. I just don't find myself reaching for it very often. I don't know. I'm kind of not happy to get rid of it, but I really should. This is a 100 milliliter bottle, and you can see the juice comes up pretty high there. It's about 90 to 95% full. I'll sell it for 27 for this guy. And then finally, this one, Tommy Bahama, Set Sail St. Barts. I recently realized that this was not discontinued, but repackaged. I guess Tommy Bahama changed who their distributor is, and now when you buy this bottle, it looks relatively the same, except it says actually, it's called St. Barts. It's no longer Set Sail St. Barts. Comes in a different box. It just says Tommy Bahama, and then it actually says St. Barts above it on the bottle. I don't know if they've reformulated it at all or what, but this is I guess now you can call it the original juice. I've not smelled the new one, so for all I know, it's exactly the same thing. Who knows? But this is actually, Mark reviewed this. It's pretty good juice for the summer. It is a cologne spray. Longevity's not great, but for the price you pay on it, it's pretty good. You know, I've gotten some good use out of this in the past for the summer months. But again, I just don't find myself reaching for it very often. So, rather put this in the hands of someone that will get much better use of it than me. So this one is, I'm going to say it's 95% full, but as you can see, there's barely anything taken out of this. There's a lot left in there. This is a 100 milliliter bottle. 95, 96, 97%. 12 bucks. So that's that. Now, for everybody who buys something from this whole lot here, I have this giant bag full of samples, both designer and niche. And I will throw a bunch of these in there. Not all of them, but there are some good ones in here. Have the newest Frederick Malle release in there. There's a little bit of juice in there from that. There's a couple of Mackayefs. There is one of the Chanel exclusives. There's one, it's a little bit less known, called Black Rose Oud from a house called Trish McAvoy. It's a makeup brand. If you like Rose Oud, there's, you know, it's a decent one to try. There's a couple of, I think there's one or two Bonds in there. Yeah, there is. There's a couple little Bond body silk samples. Some designer, Terre d'Hermes. There's a Prada Infusion Iris. There's a few samples from Min that I put in there. A couple other random ones. So, for anybody who buys some bottles here, I will definitely include a whole smattering of these. Hell, I suppose if you bought all of them at once, I'd just give you the whole damn bag. But that's obviously up to you. I will include a good smattering of these for any purchase. I will try and spread it out so that everybody who does purchase gets relatively equal value of free stuff. Now, I also have some samples that I'm looking to sell because these do have value to them. I did pay for these at one point or another. Most of them I paid for, almost all. I'm not going to list these individually on here. I'll put a list below in writing. just to give you a highlight of what's in here, there is some Tom Fords. Not the most popular Tom Fords, but there's some. There are a couple more Bonds. There's a couple of random min samples that I had bought. There's some Towers, there's some Jovois, there's a few Killians in here, there's a couple more Frederick Malls. All of these, except for one, have an actual atomizers. They're not pores, they're not any of those garbage. So there's only one that doesn't have a atomizer on it, and that's the Tom Ford Jasmine Musk sample. It's discontinued, can't find it. So there's that. I'll put a list of them below as well as the price I'm looking for. Not a lot, just something, since I did pay for just about all of these. Just basically looking to get my money back for it. So, and of course, if you buy some samples as well, I'll throw in some free ones. So, if you do buy multiple bottles, maybe we'll say if you buy 3 or more, I will be willing to throw you a little bit of a discount on the price to entice you to buy in bulk. These prices are for use of PayPal or Venmo. If you have Venmo, that'd be great if you could use Venmo for this. No fees for anyone. I do take PayPal gift or purchase, but I do ask the buyer to cover the fees for the purchase payment option. Anything else? I do ship internationally if you are abroad and would like these, though, as always, they don't come with tracking. There's really no tracking option through postal service, so the buyer does have to assume all customs risks for these if they're sent internationally. So, it would be kind of expensive to ship international because they are based on weight, and these are all glass bottles. They're heavy. The samples would be cheaper, but the bottles themselves would not be cheap to ship internationally. So, be mindful of that if you are abroad. That is that. Get in touch with me if you're interested in any of them. I will have some splits coming up soon. And maybe even today. Who knows? We'll go from there. All right. See you soon.